The help that I received from the Drinks Trust, it really impacted my life. I don't think people realized.
Oh, please take your time.
I'm not gonna cry today. A little bit of myself and my background in the hospitality industry started when I first moved to the UK. I worked as a waitress at Hotel Delabere in Cheltenham. I was working at Manchester Conference Centre as a waitress. Because I was pregnant, it was easiest to work in the bar, at the bar of the hotel. And I also did a little bit of housekeeping, a little bit of chefing. And then from there, set up my bar. The challenges I was facing at the time was because of COVID, really, was the aftermath of COVID. So I was already in debt, and I was in business rates debt as well. I didn't have a job. And then I moved into a new house, into a new town. And at that time, because I was facing these difficulties, I wasn't able to pay my rent as well because I wasn't working and the business didn't make any profit. So that's when I approached the Drinks Trust. They were able to help me massively. At that point, I was going through all sorts of emotions, fear, anxiety. I had the bailiffs coming to the house. I had all these letters. I had court orders, you know, like people claiming the rent, people claiming the business rates, people claiming like all sorts of debts. At that time, I also had a really bad COVID, so I wasn't able to work. I have no money, I have no family, I have no friends, and it feels like everybody's struggling. And that's when I remembered about Drinks Trust. The welfare officer, she was able to feel my pain, my distress, my anxiety at that point. Because as soon as she receives my application, she was like, I think, more concerned as well about my health, like how I'm feeling. And the application, I think within 2 days, she was able to make a decision. And on top of that, because of I was already being evicted, there was already eviction date, and I didn't have any help, I didn't have any savings. So she could understand that the situation was really or extremely in a state of an emergency. And the fact that I am a mother as well, I'm a single mom, I think she was thinking about my daughter, and she was like, no, because of your situation, we decided to pay most of your arrears. And with just that email, I was able to send to my landlord, and as soon as they received that, they canceled the eviction. To be able to actually apply for a grant, so I'm not being evicted, and actually receive the grant, that was like a miracle. If I didn't have that grant, there was no other way. I had homeless companies already calling, already sending emails, already taking details of my name and my daughter. So there was no other way around. There was no other way around. So the Drinks Trust really impacted my life. I would definitely recommend people to apply if they need help. Because like I said before, this is like a charity that looks at each person's circumstances like really closely. These are human beings dealing with human beings. It's not like a bank that needs to check your background, but it's like humans that like really worried and concerned about another human. The application form is really straightforward, it's really quick, and the response as well. All I can say is just keep your pay slips because of the Drinks Trust, and I was able to, until this day, stay in my house with my daughter.